Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So I'm going to be going over the trades for RoundHills QDTE and XDTE for the trade week of May 7th through the 13th. All right. So the biggest changes here is that we had a pretty big amount of inflows into the fund. So we are sitting at 420,000 outstanding shares for QDTE and 135,000 for XDTE. So where was it last week? So if we go to analysis here, so last week for QDTE we're sitting at 350. So that's $70,000 or 70,000 inflows for QDTE, and for XCTE we only had 20,000 shares of inflows. So not too much on XCTE, but QDTE had a ton. All right. So the main things here, if we go to their long calls, the main thing for QDTE was that they added one more contract for NDX, and then they added a second one here on Friday. So they had 9 contracts total. So we'll see that here. For XCTE, they went from selling 11 contracts to selling 12 contracts, and that was the main thing here. So besides the inflows and those additional contracts, that's what mainly changed. So let's go into the trades. So this is QDTE, so we'll see how they did here. So let's go ahead and review. So they had XND 75 contracts, collected 825 shares, or sorry, $825 in premium. They had a strike of 182, which is a win. All right, and they had it closed at 180, so they collected full premium here. All right, so let's look at their second trade. So NDX collected 14,644, and that was a win. All right, so their strike was 18,180, and it closed below the strike at 18,91. So full profit that day. All right, so let's look at Wednesday. Here we go. XND 75 contracts collected $375, and so another win. So strike of 181, and it closed at 180. So below their strike, that's full profit. All right, and let's look at their NDX. So let's review 7 contracts. Collected 16,394, and it's a loss. So they had a strike of 1850, and it closed at 1885. So it's above their strike, which means it even broke through their break even at 1873. So their cost of close was 24,507, which means they had a loss of 8,113, so not good there. But we are still positive. 7,731 for the week so far. So let's go ahead and look at Thursdays. So 75 contracts, XND collected 225, and it's a win. So they had a strike of 182. It closed at 181, so it's below their strike, so full profit. So good job. All right, and then let's look at NDX. So reveal this. So 8 contracts now. They collected 14,024, and it's a win. So they had a strike of 18,160, and it closed at 18,113. So that's below their strike. So that means they won. So it's full profit so far. Good job. So just one loss so far in the week. Let's look at Friday's trade. Alright, so 75 contracts, $300 in premium, and it's another win. So they had a strike of 183, and it closed at 181, so full profit. So we collect that full $300. Alright, so let's look at their NDX. So 8 contracts again, 13,384 in premium, and it's a win. So they had a strike of 18,250, and it closed at 18,161. So good job. Alright, and then let's look at their Monday trades, his last trade day here. So XND 75 contracts, so collected $450, and they had a strike of 183, which is a win because it closed below the strike at 181.99. So good job. All right, last trade of the week. Hopefully we close out good. So NDX 8 contracts collected 7,304, and it's a win. So they had a strike of 18,310, and it closed at 18,198. So good job. All right, so they really only had that one loss in a week. That's not that bad. They collected way more than they lost. All right, so let's look at what the profit loss was. So let's put in the numbers here. You can watch it live. Boom, profit loss of 43,410. So positive for the week. So good job. And let's look at here. Alright, so could be looking at a pretty low dividend of 16 cents this week. And I think that's mainly just due to the outstanding shares going up. So if this didn't go up as much, let's say it was at I think it went, where was it? Sorry. So we jumped to 380 on Thursday. Let's just do some hypotheticals and see what it would be. 19 cents, not bad, but yeah, I think we're looking at probably a 16-cent dividend on QDTE. I mean, we didn't collect that much really compared to the last week's. Like last week was 105. This week was only 67. So we didn't collect nearly as much. But that's just volatility. There probably wasn't enough in there. I think our only big event was we probably had a Fed meeting if I remember. But yeah, not a lot of volatility. Probably meant we collected less. All right, let's look at XDTE. All right, so let's look at their what was this Tuesday. So right, so let's go review this one. So 11 contracts collected 3,894, and that's a win. So their strike was 52.05, and it closed at 51.87, so full profit there. All right, let's move on to Wednesday. So 11 contracts again, and they collected 29.59, and that's a loss actually. All right, so they lost this one. They had a strike of 51.85, and it closed at 51.87. But their break even was that 59 or 51.87 with just a change that we had to close. So we had to pay 29.37 to close it, which means we profited just 22 cents. Or sorry, not 22 cents, $22. All right, so let's look at what was that, Thursday? So let's go see. So this is where it went up to 12 contracts. So we collected $2,700 for this one. So that's another loss. We had a strike of 52.05, and it closed at 52.14. So not good. Our break even was at 52.07, and we had to pay $10,896, which means we're at a net loss of 8,196. So not good. Not good. All right. So Friday, let's go see what they did. So 12 contracts again, collected 35.40 in premium, and that's a win. All right. So we had a strike of 52.45, and it closed at 52.22. All right. So full profit there. And let's look at Mondays, which is the last trading day. Another 12 contracts, collected 1,020 in premium. So that's a win. So 52.55 is our strike, and that closed at 52.21. So another full profit. So let's go see what our profit loss is up here. So We were barely positive at $280 profit. We collected $14,113. So not that much. So we can expect a lower payout this month, or not this month, this week. I mean, just look at last week. We collected 32,000, so we only collect half. So let's see what our payment's gonna be. So this doesn't really matter. This is just saying that if they were to pay out what they made, so net losses with the gains would be 280, and then divided by the outstanding shares. But that's not what they. I should probably actually take this one out. But this would be if they were to pay that out, it'd be, we would get like nothing. All right, so let's look at here. Update this. So, ooh, kind of low, kind of low. All right, so we're looking at a 10-cent dividend this week. So they do declare. Let me look. So they do declare on the 21st. So on Tuesday, but as we know, they like to declare early. So we're probably going to see results on or tomorrow, on the 20th. But these are the numbers. So let me just add in these last two here. So it looks like QDTE did pretty well. Whoops. And then XDTE not so much. And then I'll explain why did this not go. Oh, that's why. Sorry. Let me fix this formula. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So let's look at QDTE first. So, ooh, this one's broken too. Sorry. Let me fix this one here. What is going on? So, this, sorry. This is messed up. There we go. There we go. Okay. So for QDT, 4,000 or 420,000 shares, only collected 67,925 in premium. So we're looking at that 16-cent dividend. So this column here is I added in just to see where we are. Profit loss total for or since inception. So for that first week and a half, we were up 11,000, and then the next week was 4,500, another 16,969. We were down the next week, April 2 to the 8th, $4,000. Then April 9 to the 15th, down another 12,000. And then April 16 to 22, I think this was a big earnings week, if I can remember correctly. These two down weeks, I believe, was the news of Israel and the war. And then I think this was an earnings week. It might have been Tesla earnings. And then this one, I don't know what was on here, but we had a loss of 139. Not good. This was last week's 56. And then this week's a 43. So if you add all these up, we're at a total gain of 58,645. So on or total on our short calls, we're positive 58,000, which is really good. That's what we want to see. We don't want to be in a negative. I mean, I wish this would be a larger number, but so we are positive on our short calls. And then we can see the same thing here on XDTE. So their first week they were up 18,000 or 1,800, and then down 58, up 2,000, down 7,700, up 23, up 29. Then April 23 to 29, we're down 19,000. The last week, which was April 30th to May 6th, we're up 20,000, and then this week we're only up 280, just like nothing. But the total, we're still up 45,000. 218. So that's good to see that we're still positive. So we're still making money on these funds. Our short calls are working. And then I just put the average dividend here. So that's just averaging this column here, their actual dividends paid out. So their average for QD or XDTE is 21 cents, almost 22 cents. So if you wanted to do your own analysis to see roughly how much you need to make a certain amount of dividend, you can probably use this average just to calculate that. And then for QDTE, it's 28. So and this will get updated once they give us the real numbers, which would be announced tomorrow. So we'll find that out. All right. So and then the last thing I want to go over is just the charts. So let's go to QDTE here first. So QDTE, this is from, should be the 15th. So somebody in the comment section said I shouldn't use the inception date, which is March 7th. They said I should use the 15th, and I think it was due to the volatility or something like that. But they told me to use the 15th, which is like after that first distribution. So this is the 15th till now, and it's comparing QDTE versus QQQ. So in that time frame, QDTE is down 1.35% and QQQ is up 4.11%. This is price return, so let's go and take a look at what total return would look like. So total return from 15 March till now, QDTE is up 3.96%, and QQQ is up 4.25%. So we're tracking pretty close to our index. I mean, you can look at the lines; they're like tracking almost perfectly. So that's really good to see that we're really tracking our underlying, and we're only down what 0.5%, a little over 0.5%. So not that bad. I'm completely fine with the performance of QDTE. Alright, so now let's look at XDTE. So XDTE, same thing, March 15 to today. So XDTE on price return on loan is up a little over 0.5% at 0.27%, and SPY is up 3.85%. So let's take a look at total return. So that'll add in the dividends. So here we go. So XDTE is up 3.78% and SPY is up 3.85%. So tracking almost perfectly. It's what 7 basis points lower than SPY or the underlying, and they're tracking pretty close. Not, I don't think as close as QDT, but still, it's really close. And I'm happy with these returns. And then if you wanted to see what it would look like if we went straight to Inception, so we can just take a look at that if you were just curious. Inception until today, total return. QDT is up almost 1%. QQQ is up 1.15%. Still not that far off and tracking pretty closely. And then let's go look at XDTE, and let's just bring it back to 7 March, and still tracking pretty close. So XDTE 2.87% and SPY 3.16%. So not as close together as if you were to start it from the 15th, but still the performance is pretty good um, to the underlying. So I am completely happy with both of these funds. I'll be continuing to buy in. So if you wanted to buy in, I know this distribution is probably going to be low. I mean, just based off my estimates, 16 cents here and 10 cents here. If you wanted to get into these funds, you would need to buy in Monday and Tuesday. So that would be the 20th and the 21st. That's when you would have to buy in because they go ex-dividend date on the 22nd. And if you buy in on the 22nd, you're going to miss it. Alright, so I'm definitely going to be buying more, just a little by little. Just a few shares every week is what I plan on doing. Alright, so that's all I had for today. So if you guys like the video, please hit that like. If you want to follow me for more, I will cover these funds weekly and give out my estimates. So if you want to see that, you can hit that subscribe button below, and it really helps the channel. I appreciate it if you do. That's all I had for today. And just a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't even really have a background in finance. I just look at the numbers, try to interpret it best I can, and try to present this to you. And this is definitely not financial advice, so do your own diligence before you invest in anything. Alright, I'm out.